To get power to homes and businesses, the transmission network plays an important role in the electrical power system. And as more renewable energy generators like wind farms and hydropower stations are installed, there's an essential need to increase grid capacity. But what does it take to fabricate the steel towers of a transmission network, and who's involved?
We're here in East Lothian this morning with Had Fab, who have just been awarded a £100 million contract to make the steel towers that will make up the Spittal to Beauly overhead line in the north of Scotland. We're going to get our PPE on, we're going to get inside, speak to some of the team and find out how are these steel towers actually made, and just what does a contract like that mean to a business like this. Let's get inside. Bobby, when a SSE come to you with a contract like this for around 500 towers for a project like Spittal to Beauly in the north of Scotland, how do you guys even get started?
So the first thing we do is we get the files and the drawings. This occasion we got technical drawings through for the client. Straight away we do the software side of it. We issue it to the shop floor and we'll split it down so it's a tower out of multiple towers to make sure we can do a one-off check erection. It's for quality assurance. Once we've done the check erection, we'll make up a check erection report, tie in with the clients, make sure we're both happy with the method of manufacture, and then we'll go full stream into bigger contracts as a 50 of or 100 of, whatever that may be. And then really that's it, ready to go.
Excellent. You're going to take us outside and show us how it's done?
Absolutely, we'll show you where it happens.
Perfect.
PPE on and it's off to the workshops for an inside look into the fabrication process.
So Bobby, you've shown us the designs on the screen. We're now out on site. Can you tell me what am I seeing here?
So what you're seeing is the first step in the process. We do the engineering drawings, we issue the programs, we nest, and basically what you're looking at here is cellular detail. We do something called nesting, which is we basically select how we're going to put components into pairing materials for efficiency for the end clients as well, and then we'll actually cut, mill, drill, various processes to end up with serial detail, and then these plates that you see here will then end up being bolted and put back in the component of the tower.
So these small components that we can see here, they're going to make up some of the steel towers up in the north of Scotland?
Absolutely, they'll be erected at some point in the future.
Off to the yard and we start to see some more familiar steel work.
You've shown us some small components. This is starting to look like the stuff that is a bit more familiar to me. Can you tell me what we've got here?
Sure, so these are angles, these are absolutely towers. So you're right, there's plates and angles that come together to complete that final product. And what you'll get is these angles will be brought in batches. They'll go on a machine. The machine does punching, drilling, clipping. Clipping is an angle. So that means that when you're erecting the final tower, if you're trying to put a square edge with a square edge, that'll no work. So the clipping means that the angle can come across, and that's when you see the cross beams. So it's basically just turning a piece of angle into the final component that the guys need on site. As well as machining, we also do other secondary functions as well.
So you take these bigger bits, those smaller components, you put them together, we start to see a tower come together, yeah?
We'll keep walking the process and I'd like to see that.
Heading in between workshops, I can see the implementation of a key process to ensure everyone heads home safe.
Bobby, one of the things that really matters to us at SSE more than anything is safety. I'm seeing a lot of people working really hard, there's a lot of stuff being churned out really quickly here. How important is safety to you and the team here at Had Fab?
So safety is absolutely everything for Had Fab, not just for Had Fab but for supply chain as well, and everyone involved in the supply chain. The machinery that we bought just in the last year, it's safer. It's got in-feeds, out-feeds. It's no longer people manually moving material, slips, trips, falls, handling, all that kind of stuff. What we've also done is just this year, Had Fab has actually won an award, the Health and Safety Award in the UK for their onboarding process. So as part of this supply chain growing, we knew we were going to have a lot more recruits. What we've done is we sort of did that well in advance to take it seriously. So we have a special matrix for training new employees, and we're actually running it 7 days now. What the employees do is they train and they set an online course, and they only pass the online course when they're at the relevant levels. We don't make that decision, only the point of capability of the decision. And what that's done is it's ensured that our onboarding process means that we're not putting people at risk. We're trying to support our supply chain, but also do it in a professional manner. This is, you're just telling me, is a leg of a steel tower. Am I right in saying that's kind of one of the biggest individual components that will make up one of these pylons then? Absolutely. In terms of the pylon construction, the legs will be one of the heaviest members. So what we've done at Had Fab is we've brought the appropriate machinery that processes it efficiently. It drills instead of punching, and this machine can do right up to a 250 to 250 to 36 or 40 leg.
Brilliant. So that sort of takes the weight of the whole structure then?
That's probably taking most of the load, yeah. So it'll get connected to the bottom stubs and then make way for the check connection to the rest of the tower.
Excellent. Right, let's see one of these coming together then.
Bobby takes us through to the aerodrome, where pieces of the tower come together.
So as you see, Thomas, earlier on, the start of the process, I was showing you the plates come off flat. Some of them get bent, some of them get flanged. And basically what you've got is the tower legs, which was the heavy legs that was on the rapid machine. These legs don't bolt directly together. What you've got is the plates are actually the intersection there, and then simply bolts put through them, just like a big mechanical set. Bigger components, but the same idea.
Right, Bobby, so you've shown us the small components, how they get shaped, how they get drilled. We've moved on to some of the bigger components, some of the angles, and then, you know, you've just shown us some of the kind of big legs that really hold these things up. This is where it all comes together though, isn't it?
That's exactly it. So the start of the process is individual components, some of them bigger items like legs, but this is basically how it gets put together. The plates, the angles, the bolts, basically a big mechanical set again, bringing all these structures together to finish goods. Now what we do with a check erection is we build the tower on its side, as you can see, starting with the base and then working our way up, and you also get something called cross arms, and that's actually what holds the electrical lines as they go along, as you see in the road.
So when I drove past, I saw this and rather ignorantly thought that looks like an old rusted piece of equipment. That's where the galvanising comes in, isn't it?
Absolutely. So yes, it does look like that. It is black steel currently. And what we'll do is only for the check erections, we'll strip all these back down to individual components, flat pack it, and we'll send it to the galvanising process. And then it'll come back in the same kind of colour and condition of the materials behind you there, which is a fully stainless coating.
And you talked about bundling everything together, and you mentioned flat packing there. It really is kind of like a flat pack piece of furniture, just on a huge scale, isn't it?
That's exactly it. It's just scale. So what we do is we try and make it as easy for the client as we possibly can. You've got an erection site or team on site to put this tower up. So what we do is we flat pack it in sections as per the customer and client requests, so that when they get it, they're building it as a section, lift the section up in the tower, bolt it together, build the next section, then lift that up, and that's how you see the towers coming up, including the cross arms.
So you've seen how the various different components are fabricated here at Had Fab. Let's go and find out a little bit more about the contract that they've just secured with SSE, and let's meet some more of the team as well. You know, apprenticeship programs are key for delivery of all these kind of projects, and you know, there's the supply chain are obviously recruiting a lot of people and will be over the course of the next few years. You know, how good has the apprenticeship really been for you getting started with your career here?
I mean, certainly as being a mature apprentice, it was one of those things that was always am I going to get an apprenticeship because I'm so old? Not that I'm old, but a wee bit older than 16, 17, so I was competing with guys fresh out of school, but it's good. It's a good opportunity because it was something that I was always in an office. I wanted something manual, I wanted something challenging, and certainly an apprenticeship was challenging for someone who was beachside education for a number of years. So going back to that, it's an eye-opener because there's a lot of stuff that you need to think about with an apprenticeship. It's not just going in, doing the college work and then coming back out. There's a lot of stuff on the back end of that as well. Like you've got stuff with data, you've got other courses you'll need to go on to help the work as well. So it's been an eye-opener, but it's not just going in, do college work and come home, because I mean, you're doing college work for 4 years straight. So it was eye-opening, but it's good. I'm glad I've done it now.
We've obviously just given a £100 million contract to Had Fab for the fabrication of steel towers in the north of Scotland. Contracts like that are obviously hugely important and allow Had Fab to recruit more people like yourself. When you heard that news, you're quite excited about it.
It's good because it's major job security within the company. So you've got years worth of work, a lot of towers coming out. Especially, I mean, I'm part of the site team as well, so we go out and there's times where we have to go out and help fit in the towers or stuff like that. So there's plenty of opportunity within contracts like this, and it's plenty of opportunity for younger guys coming in who want to do stuff like this. And it's a way forward because it's the power. Everyone's got the power in their homes to watch the telly and all that stuff. So
absolutely,
it's certainly paramount to keeping the economy going.
Yeah, totally. And are you local? Do you stay near here?
10 minutes down the road. I'm at Fair Ormiston, so 5-10 minute journey in the morning.
So Had Fab bringing in more people like yourself, has it allowed you to stay in the area and find a job that can
definitely for being quite a small area, East Lothian, there's not many places you see like this. So having such a big, I mean, across the industrial estate, Had Fab have got probably the most land out of the whole units. We've got big yards, we've got 2 fabrication workshops, machine shop. So it's for a company in the small town of McMurray, it's quite a size that you've got, so it's good. It's opening many opportunities for everyone in the local catchment areas, as well as out with the people from Fife and beyond coming for jobs here. So it's obviously one of those places that people want to come to work. So
Absolutely.
certainly can't complain.
Back in the office, I catch up with Anthony, Chief Commercial Officer at Had Fab, on what securing a major contract with SSEN Transmission means to the company.
Spittal to Beauly overhead line
Yeah.
is a hugely important project, we think, for the north of Scotland to
Yeah.
connect and transport clean power from where it's going to be generated to
Yeah.
where it's going to be used. Does it excite you to work on a project like that?
Oh, absolutely. You know, just to be able to sort of, you know, communicate not only to our own skill and labour and teams within the business, but to be able to talk to our families about, you know, we've secured a significant project, which is going to, UK infrastructure project, which is going to make a difference to a greener future. Yeah, absolutely, it's really exciting.
And when the towers start going up, you know, that must be a real kind of, you know, sense of achievement at that moment for you.
Oh, absolutely. You know, these projects will run, you know, if you think in terms of the 500 towers which we're going to be delivering between now and probably, you know, early 2029, from the most recent tower which was check erected about a month ago, when you start seeing the towers going out to site and being delivered, and then you start to see, you know, when you visit the site or you get photographs of the towers being erected, oh, it's exciting to see that, you know, what we're producing here in East Lothian is having such a big impact on such a widespread UK infrastructure project. It's exciting for us and everybody involved.
Absolutely, and how great is it to see, you know, so much of this work being contained within the skills and the capabilities that we have here in Scotland and the UK?
Oh, it's massive. You know, we are a, you know, sort of Scottish-centric business. We have a UK-wide footprint in terms of our delivery and even further afield. However, you know, we are based in East Lothian. All our fabrication facilities are in East Lothian, and yeah, in terms of what that means in terms of employment opportunities and also supply chain, not only just local supply chain but UK supply chain, it's significant, it's massive really in terms of the impact on that back into the circular economy as well.
So there you have it, a fantastic Scottish-based business, creating jobs, creating economic value, and of course, as you've seen here, fabricating the components that make projects like the Spittal to Beauly overhead line a reality. And that's all in the interest of delivering energy security and clean power right here in Scotland and across the UK.